Morning, all. There are 6 games tonight in the NHL, which means there's less than there were on a Monday, but it's 2021, and the schedule is what the schedule is. Usually, your busy days in the NHL are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And there's usually, like some Mondays, there's even a day off. This year, not so much. All right, so 6 games tonight. We got 4 starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, 1 starting a half an hour after that. And then the last game starts 2.5 hours after that. So 1 late game and 5 early games. Starting with at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, Buffalo, 5-8-2 in against the 6-5-2 New Jersey Devils. Buffalo's won 2 out of 3 against New Jersey, and we'll see whether or not they can do it again. Eichel, 2 goals and 11 assists. We've started to have some discussions about how Eichel doesn't seem to be Eichel right now. I'm not sure what it is, but he's not himself. And Taylor Hall, 1 goal, 9 assists. This is not a good look for a player who's supposed to be not necessarily a franchise level player. I've never seen him as a franchise player, but as a superstar in the NHL. And he signed a 1-year show me contract, and so far, it's not gone well for him in Buffalo. On the New Jersey side, Johnson, 3 goals, 3 assists. He's been heating up lately. And Hughes, 4 goals, 7 assists, just keeps rolling along. Goal here, assist there. Hughes is having a good year. So we'll see who wins that one. Also starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, the Pittsburgh Penguins, once again, play against the Washington Capitals. This is matchup number 5. Pittsburgh having won 3 of the first 4. For Pittsburgh, who are 9-6-1, they've got Malkin with 3 goals and 7 assists. He has started getting better as well. And Crosby, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. Not too shabby in game 1001 that he's still scoring about a point a game. Then on the Washington side, where they're 9-5-3, you've got Backstrom, who's having a fantastic, maybe his best season ever at 8 goals and 14 assists. Carlson, 5 goals and 9 assists for him, as he continues to be a defenseman that can put up roughly a point a game. And things look pretty good on the scoring front for those two. Although for Washington, the team, they have to be wary that there's been some fallback lately. Maybe their most recent game, where they had the nice big comeback, maybe that's a sign that they could do it again. But they do have to beat Pittsburgh. Also starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, these guys here, Chicago will be in against Columbus. Chicago 9-6-4, Columbus 8-7-4. These teams have split 4 games so far. So this is a very close matchup. Each game's been pretty close, and we'll see how it goes tonight. DeBrincat, 9 goals and 9 assists, continues to be an amazing story, as does Janmark. 6 goals, 4 assists for Janmark. Who saw that coming? I didn't. And I liked Janmark in Dallas, but that kind of scoring just wasn't the thing. Jack Roslovic, 12 games, 4 goals, 6 assists for him so far in Columbus. Slow down a little bit, but still impressive totals. And Laine, in 10 games so far this year, 6 goals and 4 assists. These two guys play together. They know each other. And we'll see whether or not they can get the 8-7-4 Columbus Blue Jackets righted. Because it feels like Columbus' season is already in danger of slipping away. Because of the shortened season, because you're always playing against a division rival, all these lost points can come back to haunt you. So yeah, we'll see who wins that one. And then another interesting one that's far more interesting than it really should be when you look at their records. Montreal's 9-5-3. The Ottawa Senators are 5-14-1, but 2 of those 5 have been at the expense of Montreal. Montreal's trying to even the season series tonight. So we'll see if they can do that. Josh Anderson, 9 goals and 3 assists. Continues to be quite the story as an addition, as does Tyler Toffoli, 11 goals and 5 assists. Their scoring slowed down a little bit in recent weeks. We'll see whether or not they can pick it up tonight. For Ottawa, Batherson, 4 goals and 6 assists. He looked fantastic in the last game. Could have had 5 goals. And Tkachuk, 6 goals and 7 assists for him. The scoring seems to be picking up for both of the Tkachuks right now. Then a half an hour later at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, Nashville in against Detroit. Do not overlook Detroit if you're Nashville. Felt like they did that in the one game they lost to Detroit, and so therefore they are 1-1 against Detroit. For Nashville, being 7-10, and all these rumors about potential trades, they can squash them if they can beat Detroit and then move on from that and get back to at least a 500 record and then go above. Duchesne, 3 goals, 5 assists. His totals so far still problematic. Forsberg, 8 goals and 7 assists. He's been great. I would honestly be shocked if Nashville does go the route of some kind of tearing it down. I would be shocked if Forsberg goes anywhere. I can't see it. Just because the team says, well, he's not untouchable, doesn't mean that it's not going to require multiple first-round picks, prospects, like everything. Mantha on the Detroit side, 5 goals, 4 assists. He's been hot and cold this year. And Fabry, 12 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Been pretty solid for Detroit. Detroit, of course, at 5-12-3. Miserable record for Detroit yet again. But the effort's there, and they're better than their record. Just throwing that out there. They don't have that star player. Wait till Raymond comes over next season, and things should start getting better for him. Then at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, both teams wearing their reverse retro, so somebody has to win wearing a reverse retro. Those ones to me don't count. When somebody says, well, our team won wearing a reverse retro, and the other team was wearing one too, doesn't count. These jerseys are cursed, and we'll see as the season goes on just how much of a curse it really is. At some point during the season, I'll look back over each team and see how they did wearing them. For Edmonton, they're 12-8. They're coming in red hot, one of the hottest teams in the division. Vancouver 8, 12-2. For the Oilers, they can solidify themselves as the second best team in the North with a few more wins here. And if Montreal continues to have their struggles, yeah, there's no reason to think that Edmonton can't be the second best team in the North and start looking ahead at Toronto and say, maybe we can catch up to Toronto. And that's the matchup that I think everybody in Canada wants. Matthews versus McDavid. That's what you want. These teams have split the first 2 games they've played this year, which were the first 2 games of the season for them. McDavid has 12 goals, 25 assists, 37 points in 20 games. It's insane. Puljujarvi having a very good season, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. So this is your 2016 draft pick for the Oilers. And then on the Vancouver side, they're 8-12-2. It's been a miserable season for them thus far. They find new ways to lose seemingly every game. And we'll see which way they find tonight, if that's possible. They're wearing the reverse retros, which definitely seem to be cursed in Vancouver's case. They've lost both games when they've worn them. Pettersson, 7 goals, 9 assists. Of course, high draft pick in 2017. He's been getting better lately. And Ulevy, who was a draft pick in 2016, the same year, Puljujarvi. And Ulevy has been, honestly, kind of sort of fantastic. He only has 1 goal. So for people who haven't watched Vancouver games, you'd look at Ulevy and say, well, I guess he's still a bust then, isn't he? Only the 1 goal and 1 point overall this year. But defensively, he's been fantastic. And I'm not sure how much of it is Ulevy and how much of it is a lowered expectation where we say, hey, that defenseman's good at his first pass. That's enough. That's good. He doesn't cough up the puck constantly. That's nice. I like that about him. I'm not sure which one it is. I think we'll find out as things get better, if they get better. And yeah, I'll be here to report on them when they do. Let me know your winners in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.